I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back, cause the bitch knew better than to let me hear.
Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, hands on my knees, hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh.
What's up, beauties, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with another video, and today's video will be a 5x5 lace closure wig install. And today's hair is provided by Asteria hair. They sent me over this beautiful HD lace 5x5 curly wig, and today I'm going to be installing it to teach you guys how to slay your own lace closure. Okay, I am doing this Slay Your Lace series for all my beauties who don't necessarily care to do hair. They just want to learn how to install their own wigs. So hopefully this video will be helpful for you, as far as installing your closure. Now this is, like I mentioned, a HD lace closure. I can't remember what length it is exactly, but I did go ahead and drop the description details down below. Now before I actually install this wig, I wanted to show you guys a quick little plucking video at the beginning of this tutorial. So what I did was I did go ahead and dye this wig black. And then I just did like the water dye method, so I did not show that process because I already have videos showing that process. But I didn't want you guys to know that I did dye this wig black, and I did go ahead and bleach the knots. And now I'm just going to show you guys how I plucked my lace closure. So for starters, I went ahead and placed the wig on the mannequin head, and I will be using some Revlon tweezers. Now, what I kind of did first was hot comb the roots, and then I kind of looked for the center area of this wig because I wanted to make sure that I did not pluck in the middle parting area because I am going to be wearing a middle part. So I didn't make like a perfect middle part. I just kind of like seen where it was and just kind of separated a little bit. That way I don't pluck directly in the center. And then I began to pluck the hairs out. Now for beginners, I would recommend that you pluck your laces while the hair is dry, simply because when the hair is wet, it's easier for you to pluck a hole because their hair rips out so much easier. But with the hair being dry, you actually have to put a little more work in to actually pluck the hairs out. But I say this is a good thing. That way you don't have to worry about plucking any patches or holes in your lace. And honestly, I just like to hold the tweezers going straight forward and back. I don't hold them at an angle or sideways. I just hold them straight up, and I just pull the hairs straight back. And what I do first is part off the section in the front of that lace closure where the front of the hairline is, and then I start plucking behind that area. And then sometimes I even do another parting behind that hairline, back like one more level, and I pluck in between there. And then once I feel like I plucked enough in between, I comb the entire hairline backwards, and then I just pluck a little in between those front areas, like on the hairline part. That way it's not so like straight across. So I hope you guys find this little plucking part helpful for you, and I did show you guys both sides. So just keep watching and stay tuned for the installation part. And once I have everything plucked out, I go right in with my wax stick and my hot comb and just hot comb the hairline back so it's easier for me to install. And I do apologize, guys. I noticed after the fact that it was a little out of focus. It wasn't as clear as my tutorials be, probably because I did not clean my camera before I recorded. But overall, I think you guys could pretty much, you know, see the difference and see, you know, what I was doing. So now that we have that all plucked up, we're going to go ahead and begin the installation process. So for starters, for this ball cap, what I did was only glued like from temple to temple of my cap, because the glue it ear to ear was not necessary because this is only a lace closure install and not a full frontal. So I did not even want to waste my time or product just doing that. So what I'm going to do now is just take that Ruby Kisses foundation and I'm going to apply all over the front end where the closure is going to lay. And I'm also going to take that same foundation and, you know, place it inside of the lace closure wig. And I did go ahead and adjust the straps in the back of that wig because I want to make sure it fits like nice and snug onto my head. That way it feels more secure, especially because I, you know, will not be sewing this down on my head because I'm only going to wear this for maybe 2 days, 3 tops. I'm really just trying to get this content out, so like I'm trying to have the uploads coming back to back, you know, before I go in for my surgery, y'all. So just bear with me, but keep your notifications turned on because baby, you do not want to miss these new posts. All right, so before I even start gluing this wig down, I placed the wig where I wanted to kind of sit, and I took my scissors and cut the extra little thick flaps around the closure. That way when you apply your closure and you go to styling your baby's, you know, your baby hairs and everything, the closure install is nice and seamless without that big old bulky track on the side. And for my layers, of course, today we'll be using, as always, my Beautiful Hustler Lace Melt Adhesive Max Strength. And I will be doing 3 layers. I did 3 layers today for this install. I think I did. Was it 3 or 4? I think I did 3 layers. I totally forgot, and this is literally the same day I'm doing this. I did this install, but I want to say that I did 3 layers. If I did 4, then hey. But I did 3 to 4 layers, and after my 3rd layer or my last layer was clear, I did go ahead and begin to tack my wig down. But I just wanted to show you guys, like, in between, and as you guys also seen on the live, my glue does turn clear pretty quickly. So blow drying and all that is just really not necessary with using my adhesive because it's going to do what it's supposed to do, as long as you apply those layers and you spread it out nice, flat, and evenly. So another thing I did is I kind of drew like a line with the glue. Therefore, like the sides of the closures can be laid down and not just the front. And I also did that because I did cut those extra, flaps off the side. So make sure, you just add your little line on the side to kind of like make sure your closure is glued completely down on the sides as well. And of course, once that layer turns clear, you can begin to pull your lace down into that glue. I always start from the center, make sure I push it into the lace, and then I work my way from side to side. So, and I just like to take my fingertips, y'all, honestly, and just really press that lace in with my fingers. Just sometimes the finger gets the job done too, like when you can really apply as much pressure as you want. Because sometimes if you apply too much pressure on your combs, y'all know them things be kind of cheap. They will break easily, like we all know this, okay? So that's why I like to take that pressure with my fingers and really, really push it in. And, I just use the comb to really comb the lace into the glue. And I did blow that hairline, blow dry that hairline on the heat setting. But most importantly, you cannot forget that melt belt. I am going to tie that lace down with that melt belt. And while that lace is settling in, I'm going to start prepping like my styling portion. And I'm just doing a simple middle part today, y'all, with some baby hair, so nothing too crazy. So I'm just going to go in with my wax stick and my hot comb and go ahead and begin to, kind of pre-prep this out before I do like the finale, slay touches. But for those who are inquiring about the restock date that I chose was July 18th. So it will be, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's a Sunday. I will double check, but it will be on July 18th. We will have the biggest, we will have like our full product restock. But I'm still going to keep dropping, you know, content until then. I ain't gonna lie, July 18th seems a little far away. I might do another restock in between, but you know, just something light in the meantime. But our big restock will be on July 18th. I will have all the details in the community section on YouTube, so make sure you guys do have your notification bells turned on and that you are subscribed so you do not miss out. So now that I have kind of prepped my hair for styling, I went ahead and removed that melt belt, and as you can see, it's giving us the natural tease. But it is time to cut off that extra lace. And once I cut off that extra lace, I will go ahead and prep the hair for the second step melting process, which will be, adding more foundation. And I did use a darker foundation in this video as well as to my previous video to make my lace blend a little bit more. I like to start off with the lighter foundation because, depending on the lace color, it all depends on how it will come out. But whenever you have a lace that seems a little too light around your hairline, just go in with a shade darker foundation and it will give you the best blending results. But I ain't got to talk about it because y'all definitely gonna see it. So I just went ahead and cut that lace off. And right now I noticed a little piece of cap like coming out, past the lace line. So you want to make sure you do not make this mistake. If you do, just please quickly correct this. So I just went in and cut off that extra cap because yeah, it just had to go. But as far as the edges of your lace, make sure you do go back in and tack everything down. So I'm just taking some more of my adhesive and just tacking it under those tiny little places that was not completely melted. And then I will go ahead and pull down my baby hair section, add that darker foundation, spray my hairline down with that holding spray, and once again get into the melt belt melting process by retying down the front of my lace. And just another quick tip, when you do spray your holding spray to your hairline, just make sure that you kind of comb, you know, and smooth everything out. That way everything is nice and neat as it melts in. You don't have to worry about hair just like all over the place. And I just really like to do that. And I just feel like it makes the whole melting process just, you know, even better when everything is neat, which makes it easier for you to go ahead and construct your baby hairs with a nice clean, and you know what I'm saying, a nice clean hairline. So once again, as that melt belt is sitting to my hairline, I just will continue to hot comb and smooth out the top area. And then once I remove that melt belt, I'm gonna slow it down for y'all because y'all gonna have to see the melt. But let me just give this lace a moment of silence because it just died. Yeah, let's be quiet. Yeah, and as you can see, the lace is definitely melted. It's definitely giving what it's supposed to give. And this is what I mean. You just add a little bit of that darker foundation and just going to give you the look that you need, okay? So now I'm going to go in and begin to style my baby hairs. For my baby hairs, I will be using my Beautiful Hustler gel, lace melt liquid gel that I am releasing in the next restock, which will be on next week. Yes, on the 18th, as I mentioned. So this is just my bottle without the label, but I will upload the, of course, you know, the actual professional bottles of my lace melt liquid gel. And this is a gel that is used for baby hairs. You can also use it on your natural hair if you want to sleek it up. And of course, it will be used to do your glueless wig installs, which I'm going to show you exactly how it works. You know, I'm going to do some glueless installs for you. So, you know, because every time you don't always want to just glue your wig. You know, sometimes we just want a little quick little two little one day, you know, look, some just quick, simple. And sometimes we just want to get home and take these wigs off. Okay, like, let's just be real. We don't always want to sleep with the wig on our head. We would just like just wake up and just put it back on. You get what I'm saying? So of course I had to, you know, show some love to my, you know, glueless beauties. Like I mentioned, we don't always want to wear glue. Sometimes we want to take a break from the glue and we still want our hair to be slayed. So that's what also inspired me to go ahead and get this glueless gel going for my beauties. Okay, and I know y'all will love it. And it smells so freaking good. Like, I don't know what it is. It's like my edge control just smells so good. The mousse smells so goddamn good. And it's like I have this gel, the lace melt liquid gel, and it just, oh my God. I cannot wait for y'all to smell it. I cannot wait for y'all to try it out. Like, it makes your hair smell so freaking good. But nevertheless, I am using my gel to go ahead and, you know, construct my baby hairs. Personally, I like to do my baby hairs across the center and two on the sides when I'm doing my lace closures. If you're not a baby hair girl, I already dropped that tutorial for you on my last video, getting that clean little hairline. It's the same exact steps and process for your lace closure. So if you do not want to do any baby hairs for your closure, you do not have to. Me personally, I just like to do my baby hairs with my closures. But as y'all can see, it was melted, so it ain't like I needed it or nothing. I just wanted it. But yes, so let's go ahead and get this top area sleeked on up. Now for my final look, I do want my hair to be puffy, but I did want to go ahead and define the curls first. That way when I actually like tease the hair out, it did not look like a big old puffy mess. Y'all know sometimes like when you have curly hair and you just comb it out and decide to wear puffy, it just looks like puffy but without the defined curls. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I created my curls using my Beautiful Hustler Define Me Curls mousse. I never really did like a full tutorial or a dedicated tutorial to show you guys how the mousse works, but I'm going to show you guys in this video. But before we even get into that, I did have to sleep the top of my wig and also clean up that parting area by taking my same foundation, applying it in my part, and then going around my part with some black spray and just really cleaning that parting area up. And you want to make sure you take your time with this, because you don't want to be black spraying 1,000,001 times every time you need to fix your part up or because you laid it down wrong. Just take your time, do it neat, and just try to really get that straight line going. It just makes the style look so much cleaner when you have that nice clean part. So, you know, I just touched that area up because I kept feeling like it was just one little spot that was just too light, but I had got it, y'all. I had got it finally. So before I go ahead and show y'all, you know, how to define the curls with the mousse, because I did not comb this wig out, I just took a little bit of water to just kind of like damp the hair first. That way I can really rub my fingers through it. And then I'm going to do that on one side, and of course repeat the same steps to the other side. But as far as getting the curls really thoroughly like defined and everything, I will be using, like I mentioned, my Define Me Curl Mousse. Yes, from the Beautiful Hustler brand, so you guys can see how it works and show you guys the difference on how once I apply my mousse and then like fluff out my hair, it will be big, pretty, and defined. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go crazy with the mousse. You want to make sure you get that mousse in there from roots to end. Just, you know, finger comb, finger comb, finger comb. You can use a wig brush, but honestly you can just finger comb. Like, it ain't gonna kill you, it ain't gonna rip your nails off or nothing like that. And I'm just showing you guys the mousse, Define Curls moisturizing foam. Let's get into it. Get the crust popping. And if you love the wet look, just go ahead and do you the wet look with the mousse, and you know, you could just get your curls wet and go. But I don't know, like I used to be real big on the wet looks, but I'm just been feeling like the big puffy, you know, curly looks. I don't know, I just been feeling it lately. Like I probably like the wet look more if it's like a side part, but if it's like a middle part, I don't really care for the wet look. I just feel like it should just be, you know, like puffy and teased out. But, you know, to each his own. Hey, we're not here to judge. We all like our hair different ways, different styles or whatever like that. I just prefer, me personally, my middle parts to be more puffy. But then, you know, for my side parts, I do like the little wet looks. So, nevertheless, I did go ahead and apply that mousse all in my hair to define the curls. And then I want to go ahead and tease it out, but I need to let it, you know, kind of air dry first because it's still kind of wet. So in order to get that puffy look, you have to let the hair dry some. So I did wait, you know, like about 15 minutes, and I let that mousse dry. And as you can see, as I'm fluffing the hair out, the curls are still popping. Like, it is so freaking pretty. And you know, I gotta go ahead and do my makeup and then come back as a bad bitch, period. Y'all know how it goes. So I did let it dry some more as I did my makeup and I fluffed it out. Here is the finishing look. Let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video, leave a comment, and share it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video.